Hello, hello everyone. Hello friends. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on. I hope you will enjoy this video, and if you do, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. And if you are a new person just clicking on, I hope you'll subscribe. And for all you that have watched other videos, thank you so much for coming back and returning. Hey, I'm here today to, as the hashtag says, to talk about Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I am making my May block, and what I've done here is I have just sketched out a real rudimentary bird, and we're supposed to do our favorite colors and a bird. So what I'm doing is I've got this bird and I'm going to use the bird as a background, and I just used it as a guide. I've never really done this before, but I cut out this fabric. This is a blue floral fabric. And then I took, oops, I'm so sorry for bumping that. I actually dyed this fabric, this pink, with beets. I had some beets the other night that I got at the farmer's market, and I thought, well, why not throw some fabric in there and see what happens? And this is what happened. And also, this is what happened. It's pink. It's got a little of the... It always gets that on there, but that's easy to take off when I decide to use it in stitching. This eyelet, and then this is a piece of linen. And I cut the breast of the bird from that other piece of linen. So then the head of the bird, what I decided to do is like that. And I just use it as a shape. Shaping outline, and I kind of roughed that up. Of course, I'm going to stitch all this. I like how was it that yeah, it was over the pink, and then the blue was over, and that was over that. So just roughly laying it in here. I thought I liked it. I liked these, and then I have some tail feathers that I've clipped there, and that will be more down here. And the head of the bird came from this piece, which was a sample from fabric. And it has this paper on the back, so I took some time and pulled that off so it would be easier to stitch through. And I got most of it off, but I'll still probably take some more of that off there. So that's the head, and I wanted it to, the wing goes over the head like that. And then, okay, so favorite colors. So my favorite color is a blue. I like all shades of blue, especially like turquoise and sky blue and teal and all those colors. As you guys have seen on my channel if you've watched my other videos. So what I'm going to do is my bird is going to be on this blue floral, and I have plenty of it. I don't know, I got this in a resale shop, a thrift shop somewhere. I really do not remember where this came from, but it's a woven. I don't think it's linen. It feels more cottony, but it's a woven piece, and I thought it was really pretty with the blue florals. So I'm going to press a piece, and I've measured it to my other size of my books, and that's where the bird will be going. Now, it was kind of important that the bird, like its head, like the flowers weren't coming out of its head, you know, I had to sort of play around with it a little. so that it fit right. And I've got this idea. Let's see. Let's make it over this. Yeah. And when I stitch on the beak and such, it's going to stand out more with a little black eye. Oh, I'm also going to use some of this lace, some pieces. It's just like a lace trim that I'm cutting up. And I think I'm going to lay it in layers, sort of like feathers along. I was going to show you this piece. This is the piece that I cut the bird's body from, or wings and tail from, and it was so pretty. It's just a new fabric. It's not a vintage fabric, but it was so pretty, and I haven't used it. I had a pretty good size. Just Hobby Lobby's where I got this. It's not any designer fabric or anything. But I love the florals on it. It's like a peachy pink, and then there's a rose colored pink, and then blue. And that always seems, I don't know, so sort of vintage to me. The other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to incorporate this in my piece. It's a piece of old, I have a big piece of this. It was a curtain that my mom had given me, and I wanted to incorporate this lace, I think, at the bottom. See, and this has got this leaf piece here. And so what I think I'm going to do is have the little bluebird. See, I don't want his head right facing into that. I've got to place it. Makes it a little, I don't know, I'm just being particular about that part. So it will look. These need to go back. You know, a bird, when you draw it, it seems like if you make its head fat and its beak wide, the breast needs to be sticking out. So, and I'll probably readjust it a bunch of times. This should go over. What I'm going to do is I take my scissors and because this is woven, I'm just pulling some threads out of that, because I cut that with pinking shears, and they were the first thing next to me, and I don't want it to look zigzagged. I like it with that little rough edge. And who knows, I might put some lace up here too. Oh, my little lace piece got away. I've got a whole strip of that. So that's basically what I'm thinking on this. And then I'm going to stitch around and put, here's the lace. Couldn't see it, it was so close. So I'll either do this on the tail, I can cut scallops of this lace, or either on the feather, on the wing rather. And I might do several pieces of that. My desk is just a mess. I've been making books. I'm doing a art fair, and I've been prepping for that, and so priorities. I hope everybody's doing well and spring is coming to your place. I'm having a cup of tea. It's that tea that Choice Organics. I don't know if you get this. It's Earl Grey. It Live Fully. I drink coffee in the morning and usually tea in the afternoon. So this is the lace that I am using. It was actually something I didn't care for, and then I started cutting it up. And as I looked at it a little closer, I thought it was pretty. I didn't like it ruffled. What I'm going to do is kind of cut this in a teardrop shape and see how it looks. If it looks good layered or not. So I may do it'd be all the way down. I think I'm gonna like it better on the wing for some reason. So I've used several in this. Blues and pinks are my favorite colors. I don't know, blue is the most color that I like the best. I like all colors. I'm not really fond of orange. Okay, I'm just cutting. I'm sorry I was off there. It was easier to cut a little closer. I don't know. Yeah. And then I'd take it like 2 and then 1 and so forth and let it overlap. I might do that. Leave the tail blue. I might even have to put some sequins on it. Who knows? My art is never thought out. It's always as I go, and as I experience the moment, then I put on to my piece what I feel in that moment. I really respect folks that can think something out, plan it out, and go with the plan. Some things are a little bit planned for me, but not many. As far as my art making goes. Okay, and I'll put this one on top. I don't know if I'll do it all the way down, or I kind of like that. I feel like it should be angled this way though. So I may angle it a little more. Of course, when I get the stitches in there, we'll see what that is. But as the bird is there, it's just floating in space. Okay, so I didn't want it to float in space. So what I want to do is, I had some sticks that I had used in an art journal, and I'd made this. Oh, it was fantastic. Fun journal that I made with Roxanne Evans Stout, and in her class. And anyways, it was a bundle of sticks, and it was a tree. It was a journal all about trees, and I have leaves in it. I'll share it with you sometime. But anyways, this was one of the bundles I had made, and I had it here on my desk. So I took one of the little stems out, and of course, what did I decide? That my bird had to be on a a tree limb. This bird is out on a limb, and I do collage work, and I was going to share this with you. I do collage work, and I had studied a couple different artists, and one of the artists does children's books, and he does collage work. Eric Carle. You've probably heard of Eric Carle if you've got any children or grandchildren or whatever. And he makes all those. What he does is he paints tissue paper, and he puts all this paint on tissue paper and then cuts it out. Well, I had done a plant series way back when, and so what I did is I used some of my found my collage paper, and I cut out some leaves, and oh, I'm so sorry. I cut out some leaves, and I decided to put a few leaves, and see, that's the back side, on. So what I'll do, now this is paper, and I may cut out I may put some fabric on here also, some green fabric, but I'm going to, there's my paper cutting scissors. What I do with this is I will fold it so that I cut two, and then let's raise that up a little higher so I don't bump it. I cut out just a quick might be a little thinner than what I want, but maybe it is okay because I'm putting it on the end. And what I did is I took, if you want to do this, I took all different colors, shades of green, okay? And I just had regular white tissue paper. I can't tell if this is the back or the front. And I painted, just painted over and over the tissue paper, and then let it dry. And I did a bunch of different colors. So I had it in my stash, so it's working well for this. And I'll put some, I may put some fabric on here too. The variations are what make it look a little more natural. So, and I'll put one, I have to put one in the back maybe. That's what I was thinking earlier. And see, there's all different variations of greens in that. It's tissue paper. And I did it just like him because I'm stealing like an artist. It's just the idea in my own, using my own hand to make it. See, you can do that too. Okay, so I'd thought earlier when my bird was over, and I think what's going to happen is my bird's head needs to come up over that one. It needs to be higher. It is actually, so his face isn't into this. And of course all this will go up higher. It's very fiddly right now. The stick will come out. We'll put one there. Maybe just lay it across. sometimes what I do when there's small pieces like this is I'll just use just a tad bit of a glue stick, just a little bit, and hold it down until I get it stitched. Of course, these, I kind of like that blue there. I actually have another piece of blue that I was thinking. This was on my mom wore this dress. This was a collar on a dress my mom wore on a cruise her and my dad went on back in the, gosh, that must have been back in the 80s. And so, you know, I wanted, because bluebirds have lots of different shades, I considered putting just a little piece of this on the bird. So that's a consideration that I might do, and maybe a little in his tail, maybe more in his tail in between here, but that's something that I was going to share with you. So I hope you guys are stitching along, and you probably, I think a lot of you have your May block finished, and I'm going to stitch this one up in the next couple days, and I'll be ready for June. So boy, it's hard to believe that 6 months, that 5 months have come and gone from 2022. I hope your year is very blessed and prosperous. So here we go, there and there. Yeah. So I'm going to be stitching this down, and you guys let me know your ideas and thoughts in the comments. I appreciate all of your comments. I appreciate all of the subscribers, and I hope you will give me a thumbs up, as that helps my videos to circulate. And I just so appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by and watching this video. Have an awesome day.